Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your, excuse me, a little hoarse there, to bring you your May 2021 mid-month general reading. We are looking at the last 2 weeks of May, and this reading is for the fire sign of Aries. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for your likes and your shares and hitting that subscribe button. It does help for all your donations, comments, feedback, reaching out for personal readings. It is all greatly appreciated. Thank you. So this reading is for the fire sign of Aries for the last 2 weeks of May 2021. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Aries. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for an Aries. Of course, it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone because it's a general reading. So watch all of your signs for additional insight, and if you find that the readings do resonate with you enough that you want to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can click on the description link below for more information. Click on that little arrow. You'll see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings, and I do readings full-time. It's all that I do, so I'm pretty diligent about scheduling those personal readings in as timely a fashion as possible. So email me if you're interested. I would be most happy to hear from you. Okay, Aries, let's see what the last 2 weeks of May have in store for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Gateway to the Divine Tarot. I've already done your two sister fire signs, Leo and Sagittarius. Looked like kind of an intense time for them. Let's see what the last 2 weeks of May look like for you. Okay, Aries. We begin with the Page of Swords, followed by the Six of Swords, the Five of Swords in reverse, followed by the Page of Wands, the Nine of Wands, followed by the Knight of Wands. 3 swords, 3 wands, action and communication. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is faith, meaning the overall energy and focus or drive for the last 2 weeks of May is faith. Excuse me. Now, in many other decks, faith is actually the Hierophant. Here in this particular deck, it actually has more of a reference to literal faith, like having faith in something. We have a couple of pages here, which is messages and information. The Page of Swords here, the Page of Air, literal message or information. Sometimes it's considered the spying card because it can be about acquiring information or gathering information. But here I feel like it's literally somebody actually excuse me, asking for or somebody saying that they want to have some form of healing, because the Page of Swords comes with the Six of Swords, which is a card of slowly but surely moving away from some kind of trouble or conflict or challenge of some kind and moving into a better place, more calm, peaceful, placid, serene waters, not quite to the other shore, on solid ground yet, but definitely moving towards it. Gosh, I just got hoarse at the beginning of this reading. I wonder if some of you Aries out there are perhaps maybe having difficulty with communication, but I don't want to read too much into that. It may be that somebody, for some of you, somebody may be extending an olive branch of some kind, wanting to have some kind of, and they may be, I don't know, extending an apology, or maybe sending a message that they want to talk after some difficulty or some trouble. You know, for others of you, for others of you, I get the feeling that this may be more of a, it could be a quieter or more contemplative sort of time. And it might not even necessarily be more quiet. In fact, you might end up kind of maybe going out or going out for a trip or thinking about making plans to do that, because there's a sense here of feeling like you're given up, but not in a negative sense here. It's more of an energy of surrendering to something and kind of going with the flow. And as the overall energy is faith, maybe you don't want to talk so much during this time. As the overall energy is faith, you're just kind of surrendering to everything that's happening, everything that has happened, and you're just opening yourself up to whatever comes next. Because you're still in the healing process here, or you're in a healing process, but it feels like you're actually kind of letting go of things which may keep you stuck in certain aspects of a healing process, so that you can actually just move more with the flow of what Spirit wants for you. Because I do see some surrender here as well. We have the Five of Swords in reverse with the Page of Wands. In the upright position, the Five of Swords is a hard-won victory. It speaks of winning at all costs. Sometimes it can represent being overly ambitious, or sometimes it can represent, removing yourself through a lot of difficulty from exploitative people, places, and situations. But in the reverse, it's a card about persevering and wanting to win at all costs, basically, regardless of what those costs are, positive or negative. But in the reverse, it's a card of surrender. The Page of Wands with it. Now, pages can represent messages and messengers, but often also the Page of Wands, who's the Page of Fire, can represent being at the introductory start of a path, as pages can too, because when you look at them as students, apprentices, they're in the process of acquiring information, of learning and applying that to the path that they're on, the path that's in front of them. But the Page of Wands can represent being at the beginning of a brand new path with the slate wiped clean and, energy and momentum in your favor, kind of starting over again. I'm just getting kind of this overall sense of surrender for a lot of you. It's actually a much gentler reading than your other sister signs, Leo and Sagittarius, had. It may be that in some kind of difficult situation that you've been in, or either now or recently, you're just kind of getting to the point where you're just surrendering. You're just kind of throwing your hands up in the air and going, okay, I'm going to allow whatever is happening to happen, and allow, Spirit to just work fully in my life without my interfering, unless I'm being pushed or pulled in a certain way, and just having faith. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is sometimes called the dark night of the soul. It can represent being at a place where you're close to the end of what has been a very difficult cycle. And even though you may be feeling discouraged, maybe feeling like taking a break, or actually just giving up, wondering if you should push through something because, it's gotten too difficult. We'll clarify these. And that comes with the Knight of Wands, who's the fastest of all of the knights. Knights usually represent offers or opportunities for change, either incoming or you're initiating them. And the Knight of Wands is very fast moving, very spontaneous, and very impulsive. For some of you, you have been going through something which has been, again, challenging and difficult for you. And I keep getting this like, right, I surrender, I give up. I'm going to allow whatever is going to happen. The Nine of Wands is sometimes called the Wounded Warrior card, because in other decks, he's portrayed as a soldier or somebody who's been through a lot of battles. He's got, various different wounds, and all he wants to do is just be done fighting the battle, be done, get off the path that he's currently on. And the Nine of Wands is like, oh my gosh, do I want to continue with this? Should I just give up? And that's what I'm kind of getting here. I'm getting just this overall sense of surrender to a situation, that you're not interested in pushing for something maybe that you have been pushing for, or trying to work on something which has just been a real slog. And you're just giving up, or considering just giving up and going off somewhere else, going off and doing something else. just waiting to see what Spirit brings to you. Let's clarify this. Let's clarify faith. The Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Cups. You know, this is interesting because Leo got the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. Sagittarius got the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune as well. And you have it here, but it's with faith, and it's with the Two of Cups. So this is likely for many of you, this has to do with a relationship. It has to do with the breakup or the ending of a relationship in some way, shape, or form, and having faith that not only did that happen because it was in the best interest of the other person, but it was in the best interest of you, or, you know, regardless of I mean, it's divine timing orchestration brought something to a perhaps unexpected, very sudden end that had to do with a relationship of some kind. But faith kind of being over all three of these cards represents that you're having faith that this happened for a reason, and that reason is for your further joy and fulfillment, you know. The Tower card can be very difficult to deal with. I mean, technically, the Tower card is an unexpected event which comes in through divine timing and orchestration, which you cannot change. And the best thing is just to roll with it because you can't change it anyway, right? Technically, it could mean winning the lottery, right? Which ends some part of your life and starts a new one. I've never seen it do that, but it could be. It could be winning the lottery. It could be the unexpected marriage proposal. It could be a variety of different things that represent a huge, really potentially huge, significant change that completely changes your life, right? It has to do with a relationship here for many of you with the Two of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. I mean, it's divine timing and orchestration, but these cards are clarifying faith. So it's faith that however this happened, whatever this was that happened with you and this other individual, that it's meant to. It's meant to for a reason. And even if that reason isn't clear to you, maybe you've been holding on to it or chewing on it or you know, grieving about it maybe longer or in certain ways more than you should. You know, it feels like for this time period, the last couple of weeks of May, Aries, that you're just surrendering. You may just find that this time is a faith-filled time for you, that you just feel specifically like, you know, I'm not going to dwell on it too much anymore. I'm not going to, you know, try and hold on to different pieces of it anymore. Not like that you forget the person or that you, by letting go, you dishonor what you had with the other person. It's just about finally getting to the point where you can just go, okay, now I'm ready for whatever Spirit is going to bring into my life. And that's what I'm seeing here, this kind of sense of, and that's part of your healing. That's part of the healing process, is getting to the point where you're like, okay, now I'm just going to surrender and open myself up to whatever is coming in. It's a brand new slate. It's a brand new journey. It's a brand new start. I'm not going to struggle anymore. I'm just going to go with it. Not quite sure what. Let's clarify this Nine of Wands. Why this Nine of Wands? Although the Nine of Wands, which is that struggling to get to the end of something, is next to the Five of Swords. So, yeah, I feel like you don't want to struggle anymore. You don't want to look backwards anymore. It's time to give up and let go and move on. The Devil, and the Ten of Wands. It's about letting go of a cycle. The Devil might indicate that there was something unhealthy in that cycle. This reading is kind of all about letting the ending actually be the end. The Page of Wands again, and the King of Swords. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So this may represent the other person on the other side of this relationship. Yeah, it's about letting go of it. Clarify the Knight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, travel, movement, communication, traveling. The Sun. It's almost like taking a vacation. Maybe you're thinking of taking a trip. I mean, the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Sun. This is action, activity, traveling, maybe going away for a little bit or going away on some kind of pleasure thing or going away, whether it's for a weekend or a week or something. Maybe I could just got cruise. I don't know, taking a cruise, taking a trip of some kind, traveling. It might be for some of you also, in a sense, part of this healing process, part of having gone through whatever it is that you've gone through with this, major unexpected ending in the past, opening yourself up to whatever spirit has for you in the future, letting go of all the negative attachments that you had to this occurrence or this happening in the past. And part of that may actually involve, in a very physical way, just going away for a while, going on a trip, going, on a vacation, going on a cruise, going away for the weekend, doing something that's going to kind of help banish the last of the cobwebs away or get the last of it out of there, kind of like to put a cap on things, if that makes sense. I mean, it may have been for some of you that whatever the Tower card was, there may have been a lot of activity that had to happen around that, and in the wake of that, because when the tower comes down, there's always debris to be cleared away, details, things to be dealt with. If it was a splitting up, a move, or a death of some kind, maybe there was actual physical moving and things like that. My hair is a disaster today. Every time I look in the screen, I see everything sticking up. There may have been a lot to deal with around the aftermath of that tower. But what I see you thinking about doing or actually doing, and it might be a good thing for you to do, is actually go away or go, take a trip or go away or something that's actually for no other purpose than to just have fun, than to just get away and, be able to do that in a way that's good and pleasurable for you. Because it feels like it's actually part of the end part of a healing process for you is what I'm getting. Something to kind of help decompress. Kind of like that time frame between when you say retire and you take some time off, or after you graduate or something like that. You take a little bit of time off, or maybe take a little trip to kind of decompress from everything that you've been through, relax, have a good time, and maybe start thinking about what the future has in store for you, what spirit has in store for you for the future. I don't know why I'm getting that trip, travel, something like that for you, Aries. Okay, any final messages for Aries? Any guidance, advice, final messages for Aries? The Three of Cups and the Fool. Go out and have some fun. Go out and have some fun, Aries. I mean, the Three of Cups has a high social energy to it. It's about getting out, enjoying yourself, social time around people, positive connections in your social community, people you feel kind of a connection and kindred spirit to, your tribe. Getting out and doing things for no other reason than that they're social, they're fun, they make you feel good, you're connecting with other people, you're not really thinking seriously at all. The Fool is also like that. The two of these cards together, the Fool and the Three of Cups is like just going out and throwing caution to the wind and just going out and being stupid for a while, stepping off the beaten path, doing things you've never done before, going out and having fun, taking a trip, traveling, for no other purpose than to make you feel good and to kind of separate you from everything that you've been dealing with and had to deal with and all of that. It really, what great advice too, right? This is like a prescription direct from, God, Spirit, your angels and guides saying, you know what, you've been through a lot, you did everything you were supposed to do, it's time for you to let go of the last final negative attachments that you have from it and continue to close out this healing cycle. And by the way, end it with a nice trip, go out, have some fun, don't think about anything serious. That's pretty much what it's, what we're seeing here. The Fool and the Three of Cups. Just go out and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself with people that you feel good around, people that you feel are in alignment with you, or that you can just have a really good time with. Great general advice, right? All right, Aries, that is your messages. Those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of May. I hope you found them helpful and useful in some way. If you did, would like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something, you can email me directly at Maggie@gmail.com. You can also see that by clicking the description link below. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the June general readings. Until then, stay safe, stay well, be blessed. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.